The story begins with an underground lift. A boy was trapped inside that lift. His memories were completely erased. He didn't even remember his name. A box kept in the lift started moving suddenly and a voice came out of it. When he looked closely, a pig was trapped in that box. The boy was shocked and couldn't understand anything. After a while, the lift stops. Many boys present their welcome him. As soon as the lift stops, a boy named Glade grabs his hand and pulls him out. As soon as he came out, he started running with all his strength. After some distance, he realized that this place is surrounded by very high walls and there is no way to get out of there. Then he was put in a cage. After that, the leader Albie asked him some questions. The boy just said, "I don't remember anything." On this, Albie explained to him that this is a very common thing. No boy present here remembers anything other than his name. The name also comes to mind after a day or two. When the boy promised that he would not try to run again, Albie freed him. After that, Albie took him around and told him that everyone lives here together. They do all the important work to stay alive, like building a house, hunting, and other important work. If something else is needed, then those things come from the same lift which everyone calls a box. Every month, a new supply comes from the box for them, and a new boy is also sent with him. But no one knows who and why sends them here. Meanwhile, that new boy's eyes fell on a strange door made of walls. Then Albie told him about 3 special rules. First, do your work yourself. Second, don't harm anyone. And third, don't go near that door by mistake. As soon as Albie left, a boy named Chuck came to him so that he could support him. But the new boy's eyes were only on that door. The same question was buzzing in his mind, that what is hidden behind that door, and then he saw Ben and Minu coming out of that door. He was shocked to see this, because Albie had clearly said that it is forbidden to enter that door. Then Chuck explained to him that only a few special boys can go there who are called runners. He also said that there is actually a maze behind that door. Hearing this, he was about to look at the door more closely when Glade came and pushed him hard and he fell down. He got angry and started shouting at everyone, but then the door suddenly closed. That evening, everyone had a small party. Meanwhile, Newt told him that some runners go to that maze every morning so that they can make a map of it. They have been looking for a way out for the past 3 years but have not yet found any success. Meanwhile, Glade and his friends suddenly collided while wrestling with each other. Glade even called him for a wrestling match as a joke. The rules were simple. The one who throws the other out of the circle first will win. The new boy also agreed and the competition began. Glade started showing his strength from the beginning. The new boy fought with all his might, but Glade hit his foot and he fell hard. He got hurt on his head, but suddenly he remembered his name, Thomas. That night, Thomas had a strange dream. Sometimes he was running, sometimes he was standing in a lab and a woman's voice was heard again and again. The next day, Albie took Thomas to the wall. All the boys' names were written there. That's when Thomas saw some cut names. Albie explained that they were the same people who were no longer alive. After a while, Thomas went to the forest to get some stuff. He saw some bones hanging from the trees there. That's when he met Ben, who was behaving strangely. Before Thomas could understand anything, Ben suddenly attacked him. To escape, Thomas first hit his head with a skull and then ran away screaming for help. Ben kept following Thomas, but luckily, Thomas reached the settlement in time. There, Newt immediately attacked Ben on his head to stop him. After that, everyone together arrested Ben and examined his body. That's when he saw a strange wound on his stomach. Everyone was shocked to see this and put him in a cage. Then Albie explained to Thomas that Ben is actually going through a special process which is called changing. This happens when the grievers in the maze attack their dunks, but this was the first time this had happened in daylight. Ben's condition was deteriorating. So before the doors closed, they left him in the maze. That night, Thomas had a dream again. He saw that the same woman was present in that lab. This time, a girl was also seen in his dream, which was part of the same experiment. In the morning, Thomas saw that Albie had gone into the maze even though he was not a runner. Newt told that Albie had actually gone to follow Ben's footprints so that he could know where he was taken to. He also told that Albie was the first to arrive at this place. Before the rest of the people from the lift arrived, he had spent a whole month alone here. In the evening, everyone was worried because Albie and the runners had not returned yet. Everyone was standing near the door and waiting for him. Then he saw Minu coming, who had picked up the injured Albie on his shoulder, but the doors were about to close. Everyone got scared seeing this, but Thomas ran towards the door without thinking and entered the maze. As soon as he reached inside, the door closed. As soon as Thomas saw Albie there, he immediately understood that Albie was also taken by the griever. Minu had to save Albie, but his condition was deteriorating. In helplessness, Minu made him unconscious. That's when they heard the grievers coming. Minu said that there is no hope now, he would never be saved if he took 10. But Thomas was not one of those who gave up. His eyes fell on the plants growing on the wall. With the help of Minu, he hung Albie between those bushes. As he was completing it, a griever came very close. Minu got scared and ran away from there, but Thomas did not give up. He quickly hanged Albie and hid behind the trees. Unfortunately, the Griever's eyes did not go to Albie or Thomas. Meanwhile, Thomas realized that this Griever was not a real demon but a machine. He has been deliberately given the form of a demon. Actually, it was a robot. As soon as the Griever left, Thomas took a breath of relief and started his work again, but then he felt something strange on his shoulder. When he looked up, there was another Griever in front of him who immediately started following him. Thomas was running with all his might, but he knew that running alone would not work. He immediately used his brain and jumped on the bushes growing on the wall. The Griever also jumped back and his long nails got stuck in those bushes. Taking advantage of this opportunity, Thomas got some time. Then Minyu also reached there. Thomas's eyes suddenly closed sharply and fell on the walls. He decided to take advantage of it. He took the Griever to the place where the walls were closing in on each other. And as soon as the Griever reached there, his big body was badly crushed between those walls. The next morning, everyone was surprised to see that Thomas and Minyu stayed in the bush all night and brought Albie back alive. Minyu told everyone that it was because of Thomas's planning that those people were able to kill a Griever. A meeting was called after a while. Gali wanted Thomas to be punished for breaking the rules, but Minyu and everyone else believed that Thomas should be made a runner because he is capable. Everyone left Gali and agreed to it. Then suddenly the sound of coming up the lift was heard. Everyone was shocked because the lift should not have come so soon. When he reached down, he saw that there was a girl in the lift. Thomas was surprised to see her. She was the same girl he had seen in his dreams. The girl also had a note in which it was clearly written that he is the last person who has been sent here. Suddenly the girl came to her senses and called Thomas by his name, but the next moment she became unconscious again. After taking the girl to a hut, Thomas clearly said that he wants to go back to the bush. Her questions were still left. Minyu listened to him and sent his companions and runners too. As soon as they reached inside, they found a dead Griever. A strange device came out to cut his leg. They took him with them and returned to the settlement. While checking the device, they saw that WCKD is written on it, the same name that was also on the goods coming from the box every month. Now it was clear that the people who sent the supply were also behind the Grievers. Thomas was still paying attention to that device, but Gali wanted him to be punished for breaking the rules. Meanwhile, Newt said that Thomas should spend another night in the bush. After that, he can be considered a runner in the right sense. Minyu took him to a hut where a map of the bush was made on the wall. There were 8 parts in the map, and every day the bush opened a new section. Everything went according to a pattern. Then Thomas's eyes fell on the number 7 written on the device. He guessed that the Griever must have come from that section. Meanwhile, the girl came to her senses. She climbed on the watchtower and started throwing things at everyone, but as soon as she saw Thomas, she stopped. Thomas went up to meet her. The girl said that her name is Teresa. She did not remember anything except her name. In her sleep, she did take Thomas's name, but in reality, she did not recognize him. After a while, Teresa told him that her dreams were similar to Thomas's. Then she took out 2 blue bottles from her pocket, on which the same WCKD was written. Thomas remembered that he had heard in a dream, WCKD is good. Thinking this, he decided to give Albie an injection of that medicine, but as soon as he moved forward, Albie started screaming. Seeing the opportunity, Teresa herself gave the injection. That night, Gali put Thomas in the cage. After a while, Chuck brought food for him. While talking, Chuck said that he just wants to meet his parents once. He did not even remember their face. Still, he made a small doll for them. Hearing Chuck's innocent words, Thomas promised that he would get everyone out of this place. The next morning, as soon as the sun rose, Minyu and Thomas entered the maze. With the help of Minyu, they reached directly to that section. This section was usually opened a week later. Then he saw Ben's clothes. He thought that the Griever might have dragged him here. Suddenly, sounds started coming from the device. Thomas thought that this might be showing him the way. For this reason, both started following that sound. At every right turn, the sound got louder. While walking, they reached a new area. There was a huge bridge there, at the end of which a big wall was standing. As soon as they reached close, the device opened a new way in front of them. Now there was a cave in front of them, but as soon as they stepped inside, a bright light started scanning them. The next moment, the cave started closing. Seeing this, both ran at full speed. As soon as they were about to get out of the section, a huge wall suddenly fell down. Both of them barely survived. They were running at full speed, but somehow they managed to get out of there alive. As soon as they returned to the settlement, they told everyone that they found a way to get out. But Gali was not happy with this. He said that this might be a trap. With this, a debate started between Thomas and Gali. Then Teresa told them that Albie has regained consciousness. As soon as everyone heard this, they rushed to him. Albie said that he will never be able to get out, and Thomas has always been his favorite. Then he asked Thomas why he had come here. At the same time, everyone saw that the way to Maze was not closed today. In fact, some new doors had opened this time. Seeing this, Thomas wanted to make a plan. But now the time was very short because the Grievers were moving towards them at full speed. Seeing this, everyone started running to save their lives. From a distance, they could hear the screams of some boys who were being hunted by the grievers. Gally and some of his companions hid inside the box, while Thomas, Teresa, and the rest of the boys ran towards the fields and started trying to hide there. Then a griever picked up a boy from his bunch. That boy was trying his best to get to his friends, but by then, one by one, many boys had become the prey of the grievers. Suddenly, a griever blocked the way of Thomas and his friends. Then Teresa threw a lamp at him. With this, he quickly got up and everyone got a chance to run, but the danger was not over yet. The next moment, a griever entered from the roof and picked up another boy. After that, he tried to catch Chuck too, but Thomas and his companions somehow saved him. But in the meantime, he caught the demon Albie and took him away. When everything was over and he came out, he saw that only those people were left alive who were hidden inside the box. As soon as he came out, Gally started hitting Thomas because according to him, all this was Thomas's fault. But Thomas still had questions in his mind. And to get answers, he injected himself with the griever's poison. As soon as the injection was given, he fell unconscious there. And in the state of unconsciousness, he again had the same dream in which he was seeing himself in a lab where Teresa was with him. And there were some strange experiments being done on the boys. When he regained consciousness again, only Teresa was with him. And then some boys told him that in his absence, Gally had taken everything under his control. And at the same time, he made everyone believe that all this is Thomas's fault. But after hearing this, Thomas also accepted his mistake, after which he told everyone that in reality, those people are not in a maze. In fact, this is a test that they will have to pass and get out. And all this is being done by a company called WCKD for their experiments. At the same time, Thomas and Teresa also used to work for WCKD at one time. After a while, Thomas and Teresa were taken to Gally, who was putting thorns on the names written on that wall. Now Gally wanted to send Thomas and Teresa back to the maze. But some of the boys now felt that perhaps Thomas really knows the way out. Taking advantage of this opportunity, Thomas freed himself from the guard's imprisonment. After that, Thomas announced that now he and his companions are leaving here forever, and if anyone wants to go with them, they can go. Gally felt that only a madman would go with him. But the very next second, a lot of boys were ready to go with him. After running around in the maze for a long time, they finally reached outside the door of Section C where they faced another griever. In this fight, they attacked that demon very cleverly. But despite this, some boys fell into the ravine. Then Teresa accidentally threw the device towards the ravine. As soon as Chuck went to pick him up, he saw another griever coming up. But as soon as Chuck told everyone about it, he threw that demon back into the ravine with his life. Only then 2 more grievers reached there, because of which many of them were killed. But on the other hand, Teresa and Chuck opened the door with the help of the device. Standing in front of the door, they found out that to open it, they would have to put a special 8-digit code. As soon as they crossed the door, they reached a long tunnel which looked like a futuristic setup. There were lights all around this tunnel, and the road was taking them to the front. In a short while, they reached inside a big lab. The scenery there was scary. The corpses of scientists and guards were scattered everywhere. In the main room, they saw many cameras from which it was clear that they were being watched for 24 hours. Thomas kept it close, pressed a button, and a video played in front of him. It had the same woman whom Thomas had seen in his dreams. Her name was Dr. Eva, who was the director of WCKD. In the video, she said that many years ago, the sun's rays had shaken the entire Earth, after which it became difficult for humans to live here. Then a dangerous virus called flare spread throughout the world. This virus was deadly, but in the coming new generation, the ability to fight it was slowly becoming. To research this whole experiment was being done. As soon as they completed their message, they showed in the video that Eva was killed. They were all understanding this. That is when the galley suddenly reached there. Teresa saw his condition and immediately recognized that he had been dissed. The galley fired the bullet without thinking, but at that moment, Minu killed him with his spear. Although by then, Chuck had been shot by the galley. Before dying, Chuck thanked Thomas by holding his doll. Then another door opened and the soldier entered there, who took everyone out and put them in the helicopter. But after that, the real truth was revealed. Dr. Eva was alive, and in his eyes, Thomas was now completely trapped in his trap. So friends, the story ends here. Make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you can watch more videos like this. Thanks for watching.